Are we recording?
We are.
Good.
Let's see. Let's grip the yoke
Okay.
of this comic device.
So did you wrap up the story missions in House of Wolves?
No, I think I have two more.
Yeah,
The-
there's after the one that you saw me doing here, there's only one after that.
Really? Okay, cool. Then I'm just about there. I was glad to see a tweet go out from the official account about Trials of Osiris because I've been trying to figure out how to get in there for a while.
They're opening it later?
Yeah, it's opening tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
It's just, I knew that it was a part of the expansion,
Yeah.
and so I've been trying to figure it out, but nobody else actually wants to do it with me. I mean, you're okay with Crucible, right?
Eh.
Yeah, I'm not. I would never say that Crucible was the main course.
I mean, it's good. I don't like PvP.
Oh, generally speaking, I don't like PvP either, but I do like the. There was a mode like this in the Halo Guardians beta that was like multiple rounds of single elimination, of like single life deathmatch.
Yeah.
And between the different loadouts I can put together with the weapons I've collected, like I am curious about how those rounds would go.
Yeah, I'll probably give it a shot, but
Well, hopefully somewhere in the 6 people we've got regularly,
yeah.
if somebody wants to do that, and if somebody wants to do Prison of Elders, there's still, there's enough to make 2 teams there. So
Yeah, just the PvE is so good. I mean,
no, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would. Yeah,
I don't know why I would, expose myself.
the only reason I would say you should expose yourself to it is so you can get super baller mummy wraps.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
The
Like
loot.
it's about gear. I mean, I would like to get a piece or two of that gear because I think that theme.
It's very cool.
Well, the theme is really cool, but it's especially cool for warlocks, I think.
Yeah.
I think that the idea of that, of like the Egyptian pantheon and the mysticism is a much better match there than it is for a Titan.
Yeah, probably.
So if I could get a couple pieces, even a cool helm or something like that, I would be. I would feel like I could check out of that mode. I just want to get something out of it, and then I'll feel like I've sort of like touched all the content in there, and then I could start Witcher with some confidence.
Yeah.
So Wild, I'm trying to figure out what does my loop look like now? I had a very regular.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out last night too.
Right? I had a very regular thing. Like when I would play, I'd go check the bounties, and then I'd pop out. But they've added another type of bounty now, and then that bounty is giving you a special benefit if you can grab one of the keys.
That's what I ended up spending the rest of the night after I did the prison.
Were you farming wolves?
Trying to get those keys? Yeah, I didn't get a single one.
So you're still out of keys.
Yeah, and they give you a key when you complete the story mission. So the first time I did the prison, I was able to open the big chest, which was cool.
What was that experience like?
Pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
You got a exotic rocket launcher called Truth, which is incredible.
Yeah, Truth was on Zur.
And then I got a heavy machine gun. I can't remember the name of it, but it was also very good.
Yeah, shit just falls out of that box, man.
Yeah, it was cool.
How about that big drop from the center area down into the chamber?
I like those.
I love that kind of stuff.
I like them in Vault, and I like them there.
But I love the fucking Scrooge McDuck shit.
Yeah.
It's like, even if you had that gold, who would accept it?
Right.
Dude, we use programmable matter as our currency now.
Maybe there's someone who will convert gold into glimmer.
I'm sure. There's gonna now that's how it works. There's someone who can turn anything into any other thing.
Yeah. I bought Witcher, but I have not touched it.
Did you do for a PS4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like that's. All the great reviews that have come out have been from that version. None of the reviews that are out there are from the PC or Xbox, I don't think.
Well, I heard about some downsampling.
Now, when you say downsample with the TH instead of the S, what I am getting from you is that you think that is not important.
You think I'm trying to diminish their cause?
Yeah, well, what I would say is that you don't give a shit, and maybe, and that's okay.
Yeah, you're right. I said it with that way on purpose.
Yeah, I don't. It's like on the one hand, I totally understand. I mean, after I saw that original trailer, it definitely inspired a profound purchase for the PC. Like my PC needed to be upgraded anyway, so I don't feel like it isn't like I bought a console for one game.
Well, you've played a little bit of it though, right?
Yeah.
Does it not look as good as you thought it would?
There is definitely something. I don't want to go too crazy, but there's definitely something weird about how they do ground cover. There's just something weird about how it looks.
Okay.
The main thing people are mad about is that in the trailer it's a very different, like, things look different. Like, the distinction seems like an artistic distinction. It doesn't necessarily seem like a technical distinction, right?
Like a lighting engine, like some lighting effects.
Yeah.
Colors, choices.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I can show you some of the trailer comparisons. And it sounds like, I mean, when they came out, it sounds like, that was like the demo they put together there, but they weren't able to make that. They weren't able to make that cover system work with day and night. They weren't able to. It didn't actually work for their light cycle. Yeah, and which I thought was a pretty human response.
I mean, those trailers are always goalposts.
Oh yeah.
I don't understand.
What do they call that?
Like
a target render?
Yeah, it's a target render. That's what Ubisoft calls them.
Yeah. And it's definitely happened several times before. I mean, the difference is if they say, "Hey, this is all in engine," or whatever.
Well, that's probably true.
Yeah, at that time.
At that time.
I think that little tiny area is probably blown the fuck out.
Yeah.
Right? But
in the course of a 5-year development cycle, the game is going to look different. It's going to change.
They got to make it look right everywhere. I mean, typically they make a version for the PC. They usually come back and do a director's cut that has some cool improvements. Maybe it'll be something like that. But I mean, it's definitely not like I don't come to The Witcher for the baby's breath. Like I don't need the baby's breath to look a certain way.
You're talking about the plant baby's breath.
Yeah.
Baby's breathing.
Yeah, not like an actual baby's respiration.
Right.
For me, I mostly, I really like the way that they present the moral dimension of this place.
Yeah.
And I really like the character is a Cypher in some ways in terms of his delivery. I mean, that same tone of voice. He's sort of like in the Thief games.
Right.
There's definitely, you can get there. He can be a vessel for how you feel about this stuff. But also, The Witcher 3 is definitely there's definitely a dad dimension. That was true in the very first game also.
Yeah.
There's definitely a dad dimension to the character that's executed, and I'm super, I find that really interesting.
Yeah.
But I would.
It sounds like you're kind of shit.
Yeah. So...
Is there a comic in The Witcher? Or?
It's definitely a bummer. But I understand why people are pissed if they feel misled. It's like I don't want to pee in their mouths.
I don't think it's peeing in someone's mouth to tell them that we've been playing video games for how many decades now? Like,
I've been playing them a couple.
Yeah, they don't look like we made up a name for those first screenshots.
Oh, the
They're
bull
called
shots.
Bull shots.
Right. We've developed a linguistic technology.
Yeah.
To contain this notion.
Like when I buy Axe body spray, I do not expect to look like that guy.
Well,
and I don't expect women to suddenly appear all around me.
Is that
fucking
not
advertising?
Is that not true? I always assumed the Axe commercials were a documentary.
No, they're not real.
I thought it was David Attenborough.
No, it's clever editing. Those women don't just appear there.
They don't condense.
No,
out of the air.
But if you bought that because you looked at that and you were like, yeah, that's the ground cover I want.
Well, for me, it was definitely an excuse. Obviously, I would vastly prefer it to look like that.
Well,
if it was possible.
I would love for it to look like that, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I'll be curious to see how they deal with it. But yeah, there might be something there. Let me pull up my strip page. Are we going to do a strip about counting to 10 in Croatian?
Probably not.
Okay.
I think that ship has sailed.
I'm going to leave douche flavors on.
Okay. You never know.
You never know. It might save us someday.
It might. Oh man, I watched the season finale of The Flash.
Apparently, it's plump.
Oh, it was so good.
People are losing their minds. Like,
It's great. It's totally worth losing your mind over.
so so you're telling me that over the course of all these episodes, like they set up and then delivered on the premise?
Yeah. Heck yeah. They killed it. They fucking just did a great job.
Yeah.
They had tons of exposition that explained it all, but in really, good,
But it was okay?
It was really well done. Yeah, it was delivered well. Just a good episode. And then a great twist and an awesome cliffhanger for next season.
So all systems are go.
Yeah, it was just it had everything it needed to have.
Yeah, I'm glad that you started watching it. It's so funny. Like as soon as I was pushed it on you, then I stopped watching it.
Oh yeah, well, it's a good family show. It's a show that.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
Everybody, we all watch The Flash.
You can actually like tuck that into the regular course of the evening.
Yeah, we watch that before the kids go to bed, which is novel.
Oh yeah, I remember that though.
Yeah,
I remember watching those like 8 o'clock shows.
Right, little edgy, little bit. Maybe they say ass.
Did they say ass?
I think they might have said ass.
No.
Yeah.
But it's like regular broadcast TV. I mean, it that's why they have all those rules.
Yeah.
Is so you can watch it with your family, right?
Yeah.
They made that system for you.
Yeah.
We always wanted to do a strip about the Flash. I'm not sure we ever did.
No, we didn't.
We did?
We did not.
Okay. Yeah, but it's like, I haven't really had a chance to play The Witcher, and now that I've heard about these shrubs, it's like no.
These shrubs.
Yeah. No. I want a refund.
I want my money's back.
Call that gladiolus.
Why do you know so many shrub names?
Oh, my mom's a florist. I know like all these crazy fucking plant names. I know and I know plant lore like Legolas.
Oh,
Or
really?
or
Aragorn?
Aragorn of Anduin. No,
Can you distinguish Wolf's Bite from Shadow's Bane?
yeah, exactly. Well, that's why whenever we have a chance to do something like, I always that's like my favorite part of those fucking books is where somebody's like, "Hey, this plant is called this." Nuh-uh.
No.
It's called this other thing in Elven.
It's called Ghost Tears.
Like I know that's not like an exciting thing,
Yeah.
but that's why I had to put that in the daughter's piece.
The two names for one plant.
Well, yeah, exactly. So he's got like a cool, hey, friendly fun times name.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, it isn't that that's not its name. It's that's one of its names.
Right.
And then where she is from, they call it a more useful name.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, well, maybe she'll eat it if it doesn't sound really bad. It's all about PR, like in the plant world.
Oh, yeah. They got to market themselves.
Yeah, they have to differentiate themselves.
In a crowded market space.
Right.
But it sounds like it's not very crowded in The Witcher.
Yeah,
It sounds
exactly.
like there's no shrubs.
It should be more crowded.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and the shrubs that they have, lackadaisical.
Are the lack of shrubs really the only thing involved in the downsampling?
No, it has to do with it's very defined.
Mm.
Like the detail on them is bonkers.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember watching some of those videos thinking, holy shit, there's no way that's real.
Yeah, and part of it is that The Witcher 2, I mean, looked really good.
Sure.
Obviously, that was 10,000 years ago, but they definitely like as a PC focused company, like there's a lot of slack
Yeah.
in these big cards that's not necessarily getting put to work on console ports,
Right.
and so there's a pride aspect too.
You want to use the entire computer.
Yeah, exactly. You want in the Buffalo way
Right.
of speaking, right? You want somebody to flip all the switches
Yeah.
and push all the buttons, and this weirdo company, right, it was in a position to do that, and so I mean that's why.
But I mean, when you look at that Star Wars Battlefront trailer, no one thinks that's real. I mean, it says in-engine. It's not going to look like that.
It says in engine. I mean,
There's no way it's going to look like that.
the only way I can think of it. I showed you Vanishing of Ethan Carter, right?
Yeah.
the one way you could do that, or something like it, right, would be to, if you use the photogrammetry stuff that they used there,
Right.
like let's say you went to a place that had giant redwoods,
You just took a bunch of photographs.
and you took a bunch of crazy high res photographs that had all the data, like
Right.
all the positional data stored. You could absolutely create a photorealistic forest scene. Like that's complete. That's not impossible. It's just that typically we don't do that for action games.
Right. I don't know. I never assume that they're going to look like that.
You just
I mean,
exactly. You don't buy it.
none of
you
the
don't.
Battlefields look like their trailers. No Ubisoft game has ever looked like its fucking trailer.
Yeah, I mean you don't, except for Rayman Legends.
That's true. Rayman Legends. Spot on.
It still looks good.
Yeah.
Exact 2D, right?
Yeah.
Hand drawn. Valiant Hearts.
Yeah. Child
of Light.
Yeah.
that 2D activity.
And Nintendo does a good job. Their games always look like they're, but I mean, you know,
That's true too.
they're not trying to do anything crazy.
That's true. They don't trade on that, and they in fact they make it a point to really like establish that they don't trade on the visuals like
Right.
that. And maybe this is part of it. Like maybe that's not a conversation they want to be a part of at all.
Yeah. But also, I just don't watch many trailers in general anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not true. That's just not a part of your information at all anymore.
Yeah.
You avoid them. If you see a trailer, it's because I brought it to you.
Right.
It's like if I ask you if you saw something on Clickhole, you don't go to Clickhole.
I don't, but I love it every time you tell me something that was great on Clickhole.
Like if you need hair tips,
7 easy hair tips
yeah,
that every girl has to know.
I'm delivering it each day. I'm delivering that experience.
Yeah. All right. So there's The Witcher and there's The Flash,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess that's about it.
That's where it tops out.
Yeah.
Damn it! And there is a. It's like remember when RPGs used to have like really sophisticated mini games in them, like all those old Square games.
Yeah.
There's something like that in Witcher too. Like Witcher has a full card game
Oh wow.
built in that people are comparing to like Triple Triad and Hearthstone, and it's like
Wow.
okay,
That sounds pretty good.
yeah, as a
Yeah.
as-
I mean, my guess is that
as a mini game
this summer there's going to be a month where there's nothing coming out,
this summer.
and I'm going to be like, you know what? I still have The Witcher.
Yeah, whatever happened to that Witcher?
What is he still witching?
Let's find out.
Let me check him out. But right now, it's got to be wolves. It's got to be them houses and them wolves.
Yeah, just it's at the corner of House and Wolf.
Yeah. Okay. It's a fucking comic, Jerry.
Yeah, I know.
Or should I say, Gerald?
Just don't call me late for dinner.
Hmm.
Ah. I'm being punished, aren't I?
Are you calling me a liar? I ain't calling you for dinner. Like I said something to my son.
Men just say these funny things. Why do they say them?
I said to Gabe the other day, we were at the restaurant, and he's like, "Where's the ketchup?" And I said, "It's right next to you." And I go, "If it was a snake, it'd bit you." And Kara goes, "Oh my God, my dad said that. It used to annoy me so much. Why did Dad say that?" And I go, "To annoy you."
Yeah, it must be, right?
Yeah.
I think that like Adam said this. I think
Yeah.
that the first dad ever came up with these incredible phrases like, if you've got time to lean, you've got time to clean,
Yeah, that's a good one.
you know,
Right.
just delivered this timeless wisdom.
Hay is for horses.
Yeah, I mean, you can't lose.
Mm-mm.
You can't lose. And we need this information now more than ever. I mean, this is like the column that holds society in place.
Dadisms.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
this dad wisdom. What was it? The dad facts?
Dad facts?
Yeah, when the very first time we went out and saw the BCEC in Boston
Uh-huh.
for PAX. Do you remember that?
Nope.
It's real.
I believe you.
I remember looking at it and thinking, why are we even looking at this? Like, this is a spaceship.
Yeah.
We're never going to have a show that's going to fill this fucking thing. Like, this is not a good time investment. But the dude who was showing us through was loaded with these facts.
Yeah, I don't remember events or people.
I don't remember individuals, and I don't remember groups.
Nope. So,
Okay.
okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Running start. Gabe and Tycho. Camera pans in. Reveal.
No, it's like afternoon.
Afternoon.
It's in all caps.
Establishing shot. Gabe and Tycho's apartment. Midday.
Let's see.
Tycho is saying something funny to Gabe.
Yes.
Gabe responds. Tycho makes witty remark. Done.
Well, yeah. I mean,
That's it.
I mean, there's a few details to work out, but I feel like
That's all she wrote.
on the whole,
Maybe we need to look at the national scale. Like, is there national news that we should be covering?
what?
Or international? What's happening with Boko Haram?
I I don't.
No, maybe not.
I don't want to deal with any Bokos.
Much less their Harams.
Yeah, much less the associated Harams.
All right. I was listening to a story on the radio this morning about Airbnb,
Yeah.
and it reminded me of Gavin's idea for Airbnb.
Oh, well, we should just ask. I mean, Gavin would let us make a comic about it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, we should just do it. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, we get the idea out there.
You just have the app.
Right.
Guess I'm using Airbnb, but also like the people you would meet. Like it's a ready-made strip too.
It is, yeah.
Because I'm here to tell you, because these days you put a crew together and that's what's up, right?
Right.
Maybe you might, if you go to Dragon Con or Gen Con, I've never been, but I assume that you sit down at a table, or maybe you go to a game store, what is sometimes called the FLGS, and you play the Flugas. And if you sit down and play, in the Encounters program, maybe you're meeting new people, and then you have a character that persists or whatever, right? I mean, I remember going to like Gary's games, and it would be like things like, if you're in a band, like sometimes in some central location, people say, "Hey, bass player," and then they cut the little slits in the bottom of the paper.
Oh, right.
And each of the slits has their number on it.
Tear it off, yeah.
Exactly, but they're doing that like for D&D groups, and that seems like the most dangerous.
You never know who you're going to get.
Oh my God. Like, yeah.
I never experienced that sort of pickup groups. Like all the groups I've ever played D&D with have either been like...
very intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Specifically made or whatever.
So in the strip, do we talk about the app? It's like,
I think Tycho should be using Airbnb.
Yeah. It's just like, what are you doing tonight? Well, I'm just gonna try Airbnb.
Or you could be like, hey, I'm going to Portland this weekend. Gabe's like, oh, you should totally use Airbnb. It's the only way I chose. Yeah, I'm actually using Airbnb. Find a game group down there. What?
Well, yeah, it's like if these dungeons aren't going to raid themselves.
Yeah. Groups post when they have an opening. And I just use the app, slot myself in. It's like I got a game tonight at 8. There's no way that's going to end well.
How did it end?
Yeah.
Not well.
Not well. I would laugh at that.
You see, I would too. I'm not saying that should be it. I put it out there just so that you could appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then we could come up with a real third party.
Yeah.
God, that would be the sick part, right? It'd be like everybody that he knows, like all the people from his real group use Airbnb to get a replacement for him. But this is just regular, you fucking assholes.
Oh yeah, that would be it. That would be the joke, right? Yeah, my regular group's not playing tonight, so I'm using Airbnb.
Just kind of fill in.
I'm going to fill in a slot in somebody else's game. Look, here's a group that needs a paladin. What do you know?
What do you know? I happen to have a paladin. This is technology making lives better.
What the fuck? You told me you guys weren't playing tonight. This is awkward. For us. It's like the end of the Pina Colada song.
It is, except
they knew your smile in an instant. They knew the curve of your face.
exactly, but it's bad.
Do you like killing Thrall at midnight
Do you like kill it at midnight?
by the runes of the
There
cave?
we go.
Ha!
By the runes of the cave.
Sing it.
Michael Grahulik.
Sing it.
By the runes of the cave.
Nice.
That's beast. That should be the campaign for AirD&D,
Should be.
right? I can see that commercial.
Oh, absolutely.
And what do you know? Here is a party meeting at
8 o'clock.
meeting at Cafe Mox, 8 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
They need a paladin.
Well, what
I
do you
am
know?
a paladin,
I happen to be a paladin. Just use the app to sign myself up.
and I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in like Flynn.
I'm playing D&D tonight.
With strangers, exhilarating.
How exhilarating. What the fuck, you guys? You told me you weren't playing. This is awkward. Can you go?
Technically, we weren't playing with you. God, I would love to fuck around with that setup, like that social setup. Because there has to be, like, his group has to be constructed in such a weird way to even tolerate him in it,
Right.
right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I need to make up some people.
Well, no, it's his regular group. It's like Cheeto and
And who?
if you go back and look, there's a few different personas that are there.
Yeah, I mean, I made up people each time besides Cheeto.
Oh, is Cheeto the only keeper?
Cheeto's been the only keeper. Like, this is, if I were Scott Kurtz, I would create 4 new fully fleshed out people that would stay characters for, the rest of the
20
strip.
years. Oh, no. No. See, we've got Cheeto. There's also Paul, a.k.a. Moist.
I guess I can bring those guys back.
Well, yeah. And then Mark. Yeah. You have Paul, Mark, and Dave, but Paul's nickname is Moist for some reason.
AKA Moist. All right.
See? Done. 2004. Thanks.
Thanks, past us.
Yeah, thanks, decade-old strip. I sent you an email. You would probably look at it and be unhappy, but
Oh, yeah, I'm sure I'll look at it in disgust.
with
Oh, I got to post my Throwback Thursday drawing today. I have a couple options. I have one that is a comic page from Sunburst and Volt.
is it the one everybody knows?
No, it's not that one. It's a
No,
different
it
page
isn't
from that
that
same
classic?
story. Yeah.
All right.
I also have a drawing of Sam.
Oh, the
From high
angel,
school.
the angel boy
Yeah.
with the hand wraps.
Yep.
Yep.
Because he had the stigmata.
Oh yeah, he had to wrap him up.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We have to remember to love these young men.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been very good to us.
They worked very hard.
That's right. I mean, all that stuff didn't go nowhere.
No.
I mean, I think that honestly, if you look back at it, like Sam led right into Sand, actually,
Yeah.
visually, I think.
It
We
did,
wanted
yeah.
to do something that was a little bit longer form. Oh, but we actually weren't able to do Sam.
We never did Sam.
Do you remember why?
No.
Because we got into a huge fight and you kicked me out of your house.
Oh, that's right. That's when we had the God fight.
yeah. It's 'cause-
God fight.
the God fight. Fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because you kicked me out of your house. And then,
You were being an asshole.
no, hey, listen, I would never say that I was a cool guy then or now. I'm just, but that is why we never completed it.
That's right.
We just had very different things. And at root, like obviously I was being an asshole because that's the kind of atheist I was then. But also, it had to do with the difference between it being literally true and allegorically true.
Yeah.
So I was playing with these ideas as though they were untrue. And you know what I mean?
Right.
And for you, it was actually very personal and meaningful, which aside from any of the other aspects of the argument, that was the core.
Right.
Is that I wasn't treating it like it was real. I was treating it like ideas.
Yeah.
And
I remember that.
This still, that people still get into fights over that today. So, I mean, that's a pretty big fight, I would say.
Yeah.
All right, here. I do think we have this
I think the strip is there. We just
the
need to.
spine here.
It's like Michelangelo. The strip is in the marble, and we just need to cut away the parts that are not the strip.
The unstrip parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my D&D group canceled on me tonight, so I'm going to try out Air D&D.
What are you talking about? It's this great app. Lets me find groups that need players, like this one that happens to be looking for a paladin.
At Cafe Mox. Same place I usually play.
Same place I usually play. I just hit.
My D&D group canceled on me tonight.
It'd be like a little sword icon, like you give them your sword, right? Like,
Yeah,
drag my sword onto their table.
Exactly. I just drag. So then that means they have my sword. I mean, that's.
Just drag my sword onto their table, and
I could also draw. You could also use an axe. I mean, it's up to you.
and I'm confirmed.
There's a microtransaction for an axe, but I mean, I don't really need that. My D&D group canceled on me last night. It canceled on me tonight, so I'm going to use Air D&D. Air who? It's this app thing. Look.
You find groups that need players, like this one here, for instance.
Like this one here.
Happens to be looking for a paladin at the same place I play every night.
Yeah. Looking for a paladin.
The same place I usually play. The Cafe Mox. The same place I usually play. I just drag my sword to their table, and it's confirmed.
D&D with complete strangers. How exhilarating.
Exhilarating. What the fuck, guys?
Like this one here. Looking for a paladin. At Cafe Mox. The same place. Yeah, I'll put in the italics to make sure that it reads that way.
Yeah.
Looking for a paladin. At Cafe Mox. Same place I usually play. I just drag my sword over. And we're done. Okay, my sword to their table.
Yeah, I just drag my sword onto their table, and it's confirmed. Yeah, I'll draw the little interface for that panel.
Oh, it's going to be funny.
Yeah, I'll draw him
It's
dragging a
gonna be-
little sword.
D&D with complete strangers. How exciting. What the fuck, guys?
That might be enough, because it's going to have Cheeto there. Like, it might be obvious that it's his group, and if he's saying, what the fuck, guys?
Yeah, it works. And the reason it works is because even in frame 2, I think the reader should be getting most of it.
Jerry, the shrewd reader, will be getting most of it.
I guess I am getting it because I wrote it. Maybe that's not fair. Looking for a paladin at Cafe Mox, same place I usually play.
D&D with strangers.
No, that's pretty clear.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I just drag my sword onto their table and it's confirmed. D&D with complete strangers. How exhilarating!
What the fuck, guys?
What the fuck, guys?
Because in the first panel, you say my group's not playing tonight, right?
Oh yeah. My
Yeah, that's
D&D group
perfect then.
canceled on me tonight, so I'm going to use Air D&D. Air who? Nope, I think we got it.
Oh, when I cast the pot, it's like I cast the rod, keeping it hard like a motherfucker gas robot.
I'm reeling cod, today's fresh catch. I mean a podcast, something about nets.
Yes, it gets better when it's winter. I'm fettered by my fish gear, catch and release, get in that crease when my fish near.
Talk about a plant best laid off that stray. And yes, I crave that tuna with his peck fin splayed. But while I'm glistening from the whole sea, you better listen into TLC.
I got that wild caught salmon. It's tender and it's moist.
Downloadable content, a podcast of choice.